duka ambazo ziliporwa, zilichomwa. Hiyo ni wizi ya kawaida kweli?
Hapana. Wananchi wamefilisika wote.
Hakuna cha tutam, WanTam.
Sasa ni watu wakati wamefutwa kazi, hiyo TC peke yake.
If you were to say how much you lost here?
More than 2.5.
More than 2.5 million Kenyan shillings?
Yeah.
OTC, downtown Nairobi. Look at the businesses. Not only were they robbed, but the shops were razed to the ground in what appears to have been a well-calculated move, supervised by authorities. That is a sad reality obtaining in this country. So I want us to look at the reports by CNN's Larry Madowo and Ian Afula to guide us through this journey and just engage with what happened in the country.
Who's arming them, and why do they have such power to beat civilians?
One word, anarchy. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Please share your thoughts in the comments. But let's discuss this. This is definitely Afrocentric in Nairobi. This was a crime scene. We are going to see how Kenyans lost property, running into billions of shillings. Traders who were just working to earn an honest living, caught up in a mess. And you know who the problem is? The leadership of the country. So let's take a walk, see how Kenyans are rebuilding from the ashes. Sad scenario, but that is the reality of democracy in Africa. Let's go and find out. Share your thoughts in the comments. If you're a trader, you are affected, let us know how you're rebuilding. Let us know exactly what you have had to go through in these difficult times. We have just gotten to OTC. All these places were burning up, including that. And why would looters show up, loot and burn shops? That is not ordinary looting. That is definitely by design. So just look around. Quickmart was affected. It's still very clear that it's affected. Though they're back on their feet, a lot of the shops may have cleaned out all the trash, but by this time, most of the shops are open, but you can see very clearly. Thank you so much. Asante. You can see very clearly. We are here, man. This was a place that was burning. All this was burning up. All this. Yeah? Right from here, Fundi Wasa, all this was burning. So compare this with my last video. This is the pain Kenyans are going through, man. Look at all this. This is a phone shop. Look at that. Look at that. You will see exactly what happened. There was a sister who was cleaning out her shop here. Right here. This one right here. But it's all locked. Life is returning to normal. But I can assure you that for the majority of the traders who are here, it will take a long time before they can come back to life. A really long time. That is the reality. Ordinarily, all these shops would be open by now. As early as 6 a.m., 7 a.m., you would find these shops all open. Right now, it is 7:35. Most of them are not. So there's at least one shop that is just trying to recover, the TCL. So this was also broken into. Yeah? So from full stock to trying to rebuild with the little that you have, I cannot imagine what these people are going through. You know? Tough times, man, tough times. Tough times, man. So look at that. Look at that. Yeah, I remember seeing this guy. Niaje bro, can I talk to you for 1 minute? Yeah, nakumbuka nikikuona hapa. Yeah. Somewhere on my right, I think I saw you. Yeah. Paul, about what happened, man. Yeah. It's really tough. Yeah. So, how are you coping with this? How are you coping? Na hii biashara?
Kujikaza tu. Yeah.
If you were to say how much you lost here?
More than 2.5.
More than 2.5 million Kenyan shillings?
Yeah.
Did you even have insurance?
I don't know, but tunaweza jaribu tuone kama iko. Yeah.
What can you say to the leadership of this country when things like this happen? Utawaambia nini?
Yeah, ni WanTam.
WanTam. Why would you say that?
Yeah.
Mbona unasema hivyo?
Haya maisha bwana imetupeleka mbaya sana pia. Yeah, mbaya sana.
Sasa wewe ukienda home, uliwahi fikiria kitu kama hii inaweza fanyika?
No. Fikiria. Yeah. But imetuapenia tu, lakini umesema tu ni sawa.
Sasa ukiwa home hiyo siku drama ikiendelea tao, ulikuwa unafikiria nini hiyo time?
Yeah.
Drama ikiendelea huko tao, na nakumbuka watu walikuwa na report. Nakumbuka ule jamaa wa BBC yani Wafula alikuwa hapa, alikuwa akireport live. Makarao akitembea hapa na magunzi. Ulikuwa unafikiria nini kwa kichwa yako sasa hivi?
Hata niliacha kufikiria tu juu otherwise ishapa.
Ulijua tayari imefanyika.
Yes, tell me kaza tu kufikiria. Sasa bado nifikiria tena already sharp. Ujikaza tu. Yeah.
What's the name of your business here?
Handmash Electronics. Yeah.
This is sketchy stock, man. Just look around. I can imagine this shop must have been fully stocked. And the tragedy is, these guys who are here were not only looting, they were burning. So that tells you somebody had an agenda here. This was not ordinary looting. This was destroy your brother's property, make sure they never get back on their feet. Kenyans, we need to have a serious conversation, man. Share your thoughts in the comments. What we are doing to our brothers and sisters, is it right? Why are we allowing ourselves to be used by the political elite to sow seeds of hate, of destruction, of tribalism? Because the angle that this has taken is a tribal angle. And we came through a difficult time in 2007 when the same political class set Kenyans upon each other. It is 2027 coming up, 20 years later after that time. The country is very likely going to face a major tribal conflict. And these are the truths that they don't want us to talk about. But we see the conversations online on social media, especially on Twitter. We see the government bloggers, some of them MPs, some of them MCAs, driving a rift between Kenyans, which is sad. So luckily for some people, they managed to survive, but a good number of them lost billions of shillings combined across this country. Traders are suffering, and in an economy that is essentially on its knees. You can imagine how traders have to work again and again to regain their life, to build back business that they probably had built for many years and lost. Okay? So this section had shops, Nairobi County branded shops that were definitely targeted. Let's take a quick walk through, see how they are doing now. I can see some of the shops are back to life. It is Monday morning, the 30th of June, 2025. So we are back here. I did a walk through here, and all these containers here, all these shops, were emptied. Well, not all of them, a good number of them, maybe a good 95% of them. So you can see what's going on. You can see exactly what's going on. A lot of rebuilding efforts here. This is fresh. This is fresh. Tells you these guys are trying to rebuild here. Yeah? Come and see this. Yeah? So slowly back to life. Slowly back to life. A lot of you will remember this. All these were emptied. I was in this exact spot. This right here. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. So obviously, without insurance, a lot of businesses lost lots of money. So unable to come back to their feet. It must be very difficult. Niajejo.
Maona vile mambo inafanyika huko.
Mambo ni ngori daddy. Nimerecord hata last week.
Tumia Sakaja.
26 nilifanya.
Tumia Sakaja.
Lazima.
Tumia watu wamerudi kwa watu hawana kazi hawa. Sasa they are jobless. Tumia Sakaja, tusaidie tafadhali. Tunaomba usaidizi tafadhali.
Nyinyi mnaona hii story iliendaje? Because there's a pattern of watch. I came on 26 nikapiga chapa.
There's someone behind it.
Walikuwa
Mimi siongea sana. Acha tu tuachie Mungu, lakini there's someone behind all of this shit.
Ni watu wanajua area.
wacha kusoma wanakunya mpaka ndani.
Look at that.
Huko koja ukienda ni maduka sasa za watu tajika. Wili yaani duka ya wili inakongwa. Yaani duka ya mtu duka ya watu wanatafuta
gonga za ordinary.
Haki ya Mungu hakuna duka hata moja ile sawa. Kwanza koja akona zingine zimepanga line.
Thank you. Nimekwambia wapi?
Ilikuwa inagongwa hivi.
Nimekwambia wapi?
Koja. Imagine duka inabaki moja peke yake, haijaguzwa.
Niambie.
Ilikuwa ni chemist ama ilikuwa duka kawaida?
Duka tu.
Because zile ma chemist ndo niliona hawajui dawa hawakuguza. This was all drained. And this was a mess. It looked like a war zone. So the traders are slowly coming back. At bus station, slowly coming back. Yeah? Naje dadi. Naona mmefungua. Poleni sana. Hii drama ilikuwa noma. Mnajikaza. Uliamkia hapa ukaonaje story ilikuwa hapa? Ilikuwa bad.
Sidhani kama hao watoto ndio walifanya hii maneno. Kuna watu tofauti.
Kuna watu walifanya. On 26 after hiyo maneno yote nilikuja nikapiga lap tao. Kuna kitu moja niliona. Almost 95% of zile duka ambazo ziliporwa, zilichomwa. Hiyo ni wizi ya kawaida kweli?
Hapana. Wakati gani unapata kama unapora unapata kadi ya kuchoma tena?
Unachoma aje?
Logic hata hakuna logic hapo,
lakini hao watoto walichoma. Kama ni kusema kuchoma, hao watoto walichoma.
Watoto wa gani?
Watoto wenye walikuwa kwa maandamano walikuwa wakiingia kwa duka yenye haina kitu ya kupora wanachoma.
Zile duka zimechomwa zilikuwa na mali ndani, ndugu yangu. Ukiangalia vizuri. Wale walikuwa wanaandamana genuinely because you saw them in CBD, you saw them even attempt to go to State House. How is it possible that they have no weapons na wako na ability ya kutembea mpaka hapa, wapore na wabebe, unabeba na unachoma sangapi? It's not logical.
Okay, unaona mtu kama mimi nafanya hapa karibu. Nafanya hapa country bus. Tulikuwa tuna defend gari zetu zisichomwe. Ambapo mimi nilikuwa hiyo kitu kianza makarao wakisuia hapa walikuwa wengi, ikabidi wakarao wafungulie barabara wakisimama side moja wapite. Kabla kupita hii teri ilikuwa hapa nyuma, hii ya Tusa hapa nyuma. Walikuwa wanatoa hizo matari walichoma ile club ya pale, walikuja wakachoma naye hii hapa. Hapa ikichoma tulikuwa pale kwa flyover na makarao sasa walikuwa wengi walikuwa wamele.
Lakini ile swali nakuuliza ndugu yangu ni ule mtu anaandamana genuine. Unafikiri ako na time ya kwenda kuchukua taya akuja chome biashara ya mtu?
Hapana, hiyo wananga hiyo time hiyo wanapora. Unajua njaa inasababisha upore, lakini si tunachoma.
Exactly.
Kuchoma ilikuwa ni tension fulani. Hiyo si ilikuwa na nia mzuri, lakini hao wenyewe ndio walichoma. Wenye walikuwa wanapora, kuna wenye walikuwa wanapora na wanachoma.
But they are not the same ones who are demonstrating. Or what do you think, my brother?
Toka tu mauaji ya huyu kijana alikuwa anaitwa Ojwang. Hapo naona ni kama serikali iliona ni kama upinzani ndio inafund hizo vitu za kuiangusha. Sasa hii kupora hii naweza sema ni njia askari waliwachilia, ndio next time watu wakiandamana wenye biashara wapinge. Unaona? Waone hiyo hasara, waone uchungu wa kuachiwa hiyo biashara zao. So ni katikati ya president na vice wake, bado hii vita inaenda mpaka chini. Na sisi wa Kenya tunaumia kwa sababu saa hiyo ndio land zinagrabiwa na watu kutoka Somali, watu kutoka nchi zingine. Next time watoto wetu watakaa wapi? Kwa hiyo confusion. We need to sober up, tukuje kama Kenya tuongee mambo kinagaubaga hivi na hivi hivi na hivi. Sio njia kama hizi za confusion hizi.
What do you think is the responsibility of the leadership of the country? Because the president swore an oath to protect life and property.
Yeah, president akona hiyo responsibility because yeye ndiye atalaumiwa mwishowe, si ndio? Lakini sasa ameshindwa vile atadili na hiyo upinzani wa vice wake. Sasa anatumia pia njia zake za zile ziko kando kujaribu kustop hiyo nini. Because yule amesema mpaka amtoe. Na huyu naye hataki pengine kutoka.
But from what is happening, do you think it is only Gachagua anataka kumtoa? Kwa sababu naona ni Wakenya ukizungumza nao wanasema wamefinyika na hawasikizwi kama wananchi, wanasukumiwa taxes, wanafanyiwa nini, na mtu akiuawa unaona president anaamka anasema pole, the very next day kijana mwingine anauawa.
Sasa tuseme nchi kama Burkina Faso walipata leader ule hana ubinafsi, na ndio maana hiyo nchi saa hizi imegundua potential yake na inaendelea. Kenya pia tunataka leader kama huyo, yule hana ubinafsi. As long as tutapata leader yako na ubinafsi, hii mtindo yetu ya Kenya hakuna kitu atakuwa anaulizwa umetoka na nini kwa leadership. Kila mtu akikuwa anatoka na kitu yake, nchi itabaki na nini?
This is our time ya kukura.
Hiyo nini lazima ichange.
What is our responsibility as citizens? What can we do?
Sisi ni kuungana pale mashinani. Tushikane pia sisi, tusigawanywe kikabila, tusigawanywe kwa misingi ya economic whatever. Tushikane. Tukishikana tujue priority yetu ni gani pale chini. Tuanze kusolve kuanzia hiyo. Hata kama ni kuchanga, tuchange, tujue hatuna maji, tulete maji. Tuchange hatuna hii, tulete. We have to be united ndio tusaidie hiki. Bila hiyo hatuwezi.
So tough comments there from Kenyans, man. Kenyans are saying we have a responsibility, but they're also calling on leadership to be selfless, not selfish, because greed is what is driving Africa to the ground, man. It's the reason we're having these fires, this looting that you're seeing here, man. So I wish you well, my brothers. Tuko pabaya kama nchi.
Hata saa hii pahali imefika kwa hii watoto hii Gen Z, hakuna ukabila hapo. Tunaweza sema kuunganishwa tu huyu na huyu, hawana hiyo. Sasa watu kunini, lazima usikize mambo yao. Wajua watoto wako kila mwaka, watoto wanatoka university, wanatoka college, wamemaliza, wanataka kazi. Hakuna.
Pande moja tukiangalia pande ya serikali, kuna vile mali serikali imetokea. Juu sisi kama sisi ni maasla. Tunafanya kazi ya unaona? Unapata wewe mwenyewe una aso, karawa anakuja anakushika, anakuitisha 1,000. Sasa ina anakuitisha 1,000, wewe mwenyewe hauna kitu. Au umewacha maybe mgonjwa kwa nyumba. Juu hata sasa nikikuja hapo wewe hujui umemwacha kwa nyumba. Mtoto pia anasoma. Na mimi pia nataka maisha yangu ya mbele watoto wasome. Sasa hiyo unapata polisi anakuja na kushika na kutisha 1,000. Hata sasa hivi kuna wengine wanapita hapo. Wewe mwenyewe mzee polisi anakushika, wewe pia utajaza ile gas. Juu unashikwa bila kosa na nakupeleka ndani. Sasa ile nakupeleka ndani tangu ile kota juu kweli yako, wewe mwenyewe ulikuwa innocent, umeteseka ndani, familia
What can we do to fix this police problem? Hii shida tuko nayo na polisi. Tufanye nini?
Hii shida tuko nayo na polisi. Ukweli Kenya haiwezi kuwa mzuri bila polisi. Unaona? Juu freedom, hatuwezi waachilia raia freedom. Lazima polisi kuwe. Lakini hao polisi, unasikia polisi ukienda police station unapata utumishi kwa wote, lakini si utumishi kwa wote siku hizi. Siku hizi maraia wanadhulumiwa.
Niseme kitu hapo. Police recruitment itself is corrupt. You have to pay 300,000 to be recruited in the police force. After paying this money, you start returning your money. It becomes now a business. Maybe your family has donated that money for you. You have to get it back. That's why we find these government jobs and police recruitment and even army. You have to give money, 500,000, 300,000. so that you get this job. If this thing
So you think that is what we need to cure first?
Yeah, it has to be transparent, and people have to be selected according to the way their talent is. If you are a police, you can work even without being corrupt. You can be contented with your salary. It cannot happen like that, because we are getting wrong people for wrong jobs.
What are your thoughts on extrajudicial killings? Because it looks like police wanachukua sheria mkononi mwao.
Yeah, that is hiding the truth, because if you have a court, everything can be seen how it is being done. But if we are not going to court, we are silencing these people. We don't want the truth to be revealed. Yeah.
So for you,
that's the case.
They're hiding
Ojwang,
truth.
yeah. Maybe he knew there's something he knew, and he wanted to bring it out, and he was to be silenced.
So should the DIG still stay in the office?
Who?
DIG.
From DCI, this man Mohammed.
Who DCI?
Yeah. They are the one who picked Ojwang from his house. They are culpable. Even though the police, the central OCS is just in trouble for nothing. It is the DCI who collected Ojwang from his home, and they are the ones who know what happened to him. Why did they return him back?
Over defamation, and defamation is not really a criminal offense.
Yeah.
And even if it was, there is due process, isn't it?
So in Kenya also, poverty is being created, where you find that this is creating poverty, because this is somebody's business has been destroyed. This is poverty being created, and we were told that we are moving from bottom up. Now it is not even bottom up. Poor policies are nowhere to be seen. So the poor people are languishing in poverty. That's why we are facing this kind of situation. And these economic times are pushing Kenyans even harder. And they are becoming even more violent. Very soon we are going to have a state that is not governed.
What are your predictions on that, by the way? Because youths are coming out of school, they are jobless, the opportunities that are there seem to be diminishing, like what we are witnessing here. What are your thoughts on that? Because 2007 was just 20 years ago. There's almost like a strange twist that was 2007, and 2027 we may be facing something bigger. What do you think?
Also, the government needs to consider this by looking at the job creation for the youth. You have to have programs that will create jobs for the youth. And also, a lot of foreigners have come to the country, and they are doing the same jobs that we are supposed to do. So we can also limit that in some way, or we find a way to exchange to ease that pressure.
Thank you so much, my brother. Thank you so much.
So we go to hustle.
All right, man. You check out, if you have time, check out Afrocentric Africa. That's where the video will be. Okay. If you can remember. It's a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So there you go, man. There you go. This is a tragedy here. I thought I saw some people come in here. They look like the very guys that I saw on the day that it burnt down. They could be the owners. Okay, I think they left. Hello? Hello, kuna mtu hapa? I think they left. So that is the reality right there. Those are the comments from Kenyans in the streets of Nairobi. That the government was not going to allow Kenyans to picket, to demonstrate, to fight for what they believe is their right. And I think the most important thing to remember, that this comes against the backdrop of a young Kenyan, a teacher, a graduate teacher, who was arrested by DCI, taken into custody by the orders of none, no less than the Deputy Inspector General of Police, ends up dead. And what does the police say? What do the police say? That he was found unresponsive. Apparently died from hitting self-inflicted wounds on his head by hitting his head on the cell. Luckily, soon enough, the Mbagathi hospital, where apparently he was taken, did reveal footage that clearly show, as you can see here, that this was not somebody who was alive. They were so nonchalant, strolling about. Certainly, there was no sense of urgency because there was no need for any. The brother was long gone. We can say that. And the truth finally rose to the surface. And the truth will always come out. It paints a bad picture. Definitely Kenyans are saying that good police officers who are working to ensure that the country is safe. But the very top cream of the police force, you know, like they say the fish rots from the head downwards. The very top of the police force, certainly, are a law unto themselves. It is the very reason why the DIG of police even had the audacity to show up at a press conference on the passing of Ojwang, looking very cynically right behind the Director General of Police, refusing to step aside to allow for investigations. The call from Kenyans right now, and in all truthfulness, a man who can fail to uphold the law, whose own instructions, bearing the power of command responsibility, resulting in the death, the murder of another Kenyan, ideally belongs behind bars, not anywhere near public office. That is a feeling of Kenyans in the streets. If you pointed a mic to anyone today, that is precisely what you will get. So that is the state of Nairobi this morning. As life returns, 5 days after the carnage, the looting, and the crackdown on voices of dissent. I think Kenyans are saying, man, this president is unpopular. That is the message there. He's not only unpopular, but his policies. He doesn't carry favor with Kenyans. That's the whole point. And so he remarks that if Kenya gets rid of him, then essentially means there's no country. But how true is that? Burkinabe's got rid of Blaise Compaoré. It's decades later, the country stands. The man cannot return to his country of birth. I wonder what the president would say about that. But other than that, autocracies, dictatorships, we have seen them come and fall, come and go. Nicolae Ceausescu of Romania was one such leader, and his own citizens took him out. All that power. The man was vanquished. So share your thoughts, share your comments, man. Support the channel. Many thanks, guys. We'll see you in the next one. I'm out.